This is my happy place. Thrifting for a Midwest summer during a Midwest summer. And honestly, I'm not ready for it to be over, so let's go thrifting. Today we're in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. I don't normally come here very often. It's a little far away from me, but it is such a cute little town. It actually was where Leinenkugels was started, which is super wild. I don't think I've really thrifted here much at all. They have a Goodwill, which is where we're going to go to first, but they also have a Cherry Pickers, which if you're not from Wisconsin, you might not know what it is, but it's basically like a Plato's Closet. I will talk about my wish list later inside, but as you can imagine, it's very Midwest summer vibes. I am not accepting that summer is going to be ending, so we're going to keep thrifting for it to make it live on forever. Let's get thrifting. It might be weird to say, but the Chippewa Falls Goodwill is so cute. Plus, they have the fitting rooms built in, so they didn't get rid of them, and a cute little boutique section with the more expensive items in the front. And they also color code here, which you guys know is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Somehow the first thing I pulled was the color tag of the tag sale, which was wild because this genuinely never happens to me, but at this Goodwill, you guys, I saw more purple and blue tags than I ever have before, so stay tuned because this gets good. But before we get too deep into thrifting, I wanted to go over my wish list so we knew what we were looking out for. If you've been following along, a lot of this is kind of the same stuff, like dresses, cowgirl boots. I kind of gave up looking for overalls, but still just the bright colorful tops. Recently I've really been into yellow and pink. Those are colors I just would love to see more in my closet. Graphic tees, I feel like I used to have so many and now I don't, so I'd love to add some of those. And pajamas, I have been recently loving a matching set, a cute pair of pajamas, so keep your eye out for those. But back to the thrifting, I don't know if you noticed, but this row of tops was so good. I felt like everything that I picked up, I was throwing in the cart. It genuinely felt like I struck a gold mine. I cannot believe how good of a start we had to this thrift trip. Okay, we are finding. It was actually so good that I basically found the same shirt that I was wearing, same color and same brand and everything. I grabbed one that's like this.
I mean, like almost the same thing.
I think I should maybe put this back. I definitely, yeah, I'm gonna put mine back.
We're finding a lot of stuff.
A lot of options.
But at least you have a try-on room.
I know, yeah, I don't know what I would do. The shirt that my mom found was a Gap button-up, which looked so cute. It also was in pink, which is on my wish list. It was nice to have this be color-coded so I could look through all the colors that I for sure wanted to and make sure that I went thoroughly through the colors that I knew I wanted. This one I tossed in the cart. I wasn't quite sure about it, but I thought it'd be fun to try. And I was shocked when I went through this blue section and found this waffle knit royal blue long sleeve, complete with a blue tag and everything. If you watch my Santa Fe thrifting vlog, you know that I almost thrifted the same exact thing, except it wasn't quite right, so I was really excited to possibly get some redemption. Now, if you have ever been thrifting for graphic tees, you know the struggle of what graphic tees look like at the thrift, so here's a little compilation of some of the ones that I found. I got kind of excited when I saw this kind of buttery yellow t-shirt, but do you see how thin and kind of heathery it looked? It just isn't really my style. Same with this Champion one. It was cute, but it was a little bit dirty. And this Billabong dress was stunning, but it looked like it got washed in the wrong setting. The wrinkles just looked really like burnt in there, and I really am trying to stay away from shorter dresses. I just realized I will wear a dress if it's longer, and I just am sticking to that. So I just find that the shorter dresses in my closet I don't wear, and it is really, really hard to thrift longer dresses and skirts. As you can see, all of these on the top are short, which is really nice that they organize it that way, so the longer ones here are on the bottom. I didn't really find too much in the skirts, but I did find this really cute yellow skirt from the Gap. It was short, but unfortunately it wasn't in my size. Otherwise this was super, super cute. I was really excited to dig into the dresses. They had this rack packed with dresses, so I was excited to see what we'd find. The most surprising one right away was this floofy one. I don't even know what you would use a dress like this for, maybe a photo shoot or something. Let me know if you know this brand. It says it's made in China, but I wish I had an excuse to wear a dress like that. I thought this dress maybe could work, but I don't think the colors were my color season. Let me know what you think, but I just don't think it looked that harmonious on me. This one I also thought was fun. It definitely felt really good quality, but it was short and just not quite a dress that I feel like I'd have enough occasions for. And just like that, we made our way through all the dresses, and I didn't really have much luck. I was pretty proud of myself though for staying away from the pants, although I did take a little skim because these caught my eye. How fun are these? I am actually kicking myself right now for not at least trying them on. They were skinny jeans, so I know that in itself just makes me know that I'm not gonna wear them, but they were super fun. If they were wide leg, I might have just bought them just because I think they're so beautiful to look at. I know there's a lot of talk about personal style or what your style is, and I honestly don't know what my style is. I feel like there's such a wide range of things that I love, a wide range of colors and styles that I'm into. What words would you use to describe your style? Let me know if you have it narrowed down. Which, remember when we all were into these Aeropostale sweater things? Oh my gosh, this one literally made me stop in my tracks. It brought so many memories back.
Mom found this Land's End sweater.
I'm just not ready for summer to be over, you know, but it's so perfect.
You probably don't like the glitter in them, but I know you're talking about matching, and they're extra small. They're kind of pretty.
Victoria's Secret too, which is crazy. And they're purple tag, right?
Oh.
And they're flannel, which is a little...
in the fall.
The glitter is throwing me off a little bit. It was at this point I realized I completely forgot to go to the shoe section to look for cowgirl boots, so we zipped our way over to the shoes. I honestly was expecting a little bit more. You can see the shelves aren't fully stocked with shoes, so there wasn't a lot to pick from. I thought that these sandals had kind of a cool look to them, but when I tried them on, they felt so horrible. They literally just felt like I was standing on cardboard, honestly. And really the closest thing we found to cowgirl boots were these little brown booties, so not complete cowgirl boots, which was shocking. I thought for sure we'd find a pair. I was really tempted by these Nikes though. I think these are super cute, but overall I wasn't very impressed with the shoe section here.
No cowgirl boots. They do have a lot of scarves.
I have genuinely never seen this many scarves and handkerchiefs in one spot. This was crazy. I love the way they organized the belts and the hats and all that. And this is me saying afterwards that I was going to go to the men's section to see if I could find some graphic tees. I thought for sure we'd have better luck in the men's section, but it was really sparse there. This is me saying that I was looking for white graphic tees, and I really did not find anything here except for this flannel. But just when I was about to give up hope, I came across in this middle aisle this Gap butter yellow button up. If you get it, you get it. This is such a perfect Midwest summer find, and that it's in yellow is just, I feel like this is one of those dream thrift wish list items, and I was still in shock about it. And if this crew neck was in a different color, and if it was River Falls, I would have definitely sang this. This was so cool. It also felt really heavy, and I love a heavy crew neck. After that, I made my way back to the front to go to the little boutique section. These can either be a really big hit or a really big miss. This one I would say was pretty much a miss. You could see that they had like some brand names, but a lot of the brand name clothes was outdated and just stuff that you wouldn't necessarily wear today. And it was just pretty overpriced. I would say all these things were, I think, listed for $10. And I just feel like that's kind of high for outdated clothing. They did have a little clearance section that was everything on the rack was $3.99. So I looked through that, but I was genuinely shocked at how little I found here. Honestly, the better stuff was just in the normal racks and not in the boutique section. One of my favorite things is going through the return rack, so I love to see what other people picked out to try on. So we looked through that before we ourselves went into the fitting room. I had a very, very full cart, which I don't think I've had this full of a cart in such a long time. So it just felt like we were bound to find something really good. We had to start off with the Gap button up, and you guys, this was so good. I love the fit of this, how it's long and oversized but not too baggy. This yellow color I've just been gravitating towards so much. I always want to put it on, and the fact that this is Gap is just such a solid find to kick things off. We were off to such a good start. If you guys watched my last thrifting video, Thrifting in an Hour, I found a button up basically like this, except it was a little bit stretchy of fabric and I didn't love it, so I said no, which means I could say yes to this Gap button up that's so pretty in pink. I was trying to decide if I liked this pink color on me and if I would wear it as much as the yellow one. It definitely was different styles kind of, and I just thought it was so cute, but it was $10. And same story with this royal blue long sleeve. I said no to one basically the same in Santa Fe, except it had a hole in it, the sleeves were short, but that meant that I could say yes to this one that is literally perfect. I love the buttons, it fits so well, the fabric feels so good, and I don't know what it is about this royal blue color, but I just feel so confident in it, and it's like the most obnoxious color ever. This doesn't happen to me very often, but when I picked up the shirt again, I just felt gross, and then I started looking at it and I noticed all these stains I didn't notice before, and I just did not feel good about putting this on my body, so we pass on this one. But the next shirt was basically identical to the one I came here with, literally same brand, basically same color, but a totally different shape and with a cute little pattern on it. I love how this shirt fits me. I love the neckline, I love where it cropped. I just wasn't quite sure about the butterfly pattern and how then the butterflies made a flower pattern. Not sure if I love that, but this was so cute. I feel like this American Eagle shirt could be a little divisive. Not everyone loves a Hawaiian style shirt. I thought the colors of this look so pretty. I love that it's cropped as well. This is just so beachy and fun. I will say though that as soon as I put it on, I was like, you know what? This is just so seasonal. I don't know if I can do it or not, but it felt like new. The quality of this was so nice. I also noticed a little band that they had at the back, which I don't love the look of that, but as I was doing this, my mom found a dress for me to try on. Yeah. Color keeps on following me everywhere. A medium. I know they're always medium. But yeah, no, I'll try that.
It's kind of pretty.
I kind of knew the shirt might be a little iffy, but I thought the pattern could be good. I didn't like the fit of this. It really felt awkward on the sleeves. Like, I really don't know how it was supposed to lay. It just felt like anywhere it laid wasn't right. I don't like that thin fabric, and it just was odd. This blue button up though surprised me. I had very low expectations for it, and I actually really liked the way it looked. I don't love this like gauzy fabric, I've realized, but I did think it looked cute. It's kind of in this like aquamarine seafoam color. I loved the way that this was super summery and really breathable, and it just looked cute on me. I love it with this outfit. The next piece was another one that I wasn't sure would look good on me, especially with how small and dainty the flowers are, but I was shocked at how pretty this looked. I could not believe it. I was like, wait, does this actually look cute? So I had to get moral support from my mom to see if I was just seeing things or not. Okay, here, what do you think of this shirt?
Oh, I like that.
I do too. Okay.
It's even blue tape.
Oh, it is?
I like that, Mom.
Okay. I like it too, because they can transition into fall.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Okay.
I like that a lot. What brand is that?
Target. Looks like it's like an expensive one, you know?
I like that.
Okay.
Very, unique. It was in the pants section.
I'm worried about the waistband being a little big.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I might like that. This Shein top was one that I was like, you know, throw it in the cart, we'll see. But it was cropped, so definitely a no. But I do love this neckline. I thought this looked really pretty and flattering. And you guys, I just love a floral for a Midwest summer. I can't escape it. Honestly, floral for all seasons. I'm a lover of floral, which is why I tried on this Hollister top in this really pretty blue and white floral. I just feel like blue and white is so classic. You can't really go wrong. This was super cute. It had buttons going down the front. It fit me really well. I was trying to decide if it was like the best, most flattering pattern on me, if it didn't look too busy or like wash me out, but so cute. I love this top. This one I grabbed because the fit looked like it'd be perfect, and it definitely was. I wasn't as big of a fan of this orange color. I think it's a little bit dull, a little bit off. Like, something is not right compared to some of the other brighter oranges that I have, but the fit of this was just so pretty. I love the look of this long sleeve, and I know that I would reach for this all the time, but the orange, I just don't know if I could get behind. I know you guys are probably sick of seeing me in this color, but since this is such a pretty dress, we just had to try it on, but it just was too big for me in the chest area. I don't have really much going on up there, so I kind of knew that it would just not be quite my size, but this was so pretty. I wish it could have worked, because finding a dress at the thrift is just hard, especially a maxi longer one, but this was so fun. I love the fabric, like it's that eyelet fabric, and it was just so cute. Next, we tried on another item from Target. This is from Universal Thread. I love the pattern and color of this skirt. I also love that it's a little longer and you can move it up or down. I will say though, I love a maxi skirt, and I do wear my maxi skirts, a shorter one. I just wasn't sure how often I'd wear it. And with the pattern, I feel like I only would be able to wear it with a white top, or like that's just kind of what I would end up doing, so we did end up passing on this one. And I really loved the skirt that my mom picked up from Chaps, but it was just too big in the waist. It looked like the elastic had kind of been stretched out. Otherwise, I would have loved this skirt. This is so cute. After all that trying on, I think my favorite part was that my mom ended up trying on the pink Gap button up, and that's what she's getting. But it looks so cute. Mom's gonna get the pink one.
Gotta love it.
You will. A rule I'm now implementing is that you can't thrift this much without getting coffee, so that's exactly what we did. We got our coffees. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. I really like it. I like it. Hit the spot. I was definitely losing a little bit of steam after that Goodwill. We were in there for a long time, and for a good reason. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Now we're at Cherry Pickers. So this is honestly the main reason why I came here, is because I haven't been to Cherry Pickers since high school, but they're only in Wisconsin. I think they're only in like northern Wisconsin too. I'm really excited to check it out. They tend to have good stuff, but I don't know what they're like anymore. So hopefully we find some Velcro boots. I had been planning this trip for weeks, so I was very excited to step foot in the Cherry Pickers again, and the first thing we noticed was how big it was. It also was just so bright and clean in there, which was super, super nice. That's cute. How much are they listing this for? It's at Patricia Nash.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
$40, that's a good deal for that. Okay. Looks like this is all we got. At first glance, I wasn't too impressed with the shoes, especially ones that were in my size. The section was definitely pretty small, and I was not seeing anything really cowgirl boots related. I even looked in the bigger shoe section just to see, but there wasn't really anything that was catching my eye. So this trip, my cowgirl boot dreams are crushed yet again. The next section I wanted to go to for sure was the dresses. I was really interested to see what kind of brands and prices they had their dresses at, especially since it's more of a consignment shop. There was definitely a lot of fun colors, styles, and textures of dresses that you wouldn't normally see at a Goodwill. I really loved the vibe of this one, but it was a little bit too fancy for what I'm looking for. I did end up finding a dress from Levi's. I didn't know that they even made dresses. It looked a little bit like it wouldn't fit me, so I wanted to try it on, but I thought it was fun. Plus it's yellow and florally, and that's just fun. The next one was in a smaller size, which was nice, and I do love this purple color. Again, it didn't look like it would fit me quite right, but I thought it'd be worth trying on. My first impressions were most of the prices were pretty steep, like $40 for this Tommy dress that's not really that cute, but yet you'll get a Target dress that they'll mark for $9, which I feel like is definitely a better deal, especially being that it's new. I did appreciate though that everything was color coded. This is just so aesthetic. It makes thrifting so much easier. You can just go through the things so much better, so I love that. I also love that the store vibe was just very chill. The lady in there was so sweet. No one was staring at you. It wasn't loud or chaotic. So overall, the shopping experience was very enjoyable, even though right off the bat, I wasn't really finding anything I was completely obsessed with, which I was surprised by. Another thing that my mom and I both noticed was how much new stuff they had, especially from Target. So there was a lot of duplicates and stuff like that, which Goodwill will do this too sometimes, but I do feel like sometimes they can kind of ruin the experience because they're kind of just flipping through a lot of the same thing, and it kind of starts to feel more like shopping and less like thrifting. They did have this really cute Y2K section, and I found this skirt from Target that I had been wanting from years ago. I think when I was in Austin I wanted this skirt, but it wasn't in my size, unfortunately. Otherwise, girl, I would have snagged that up. And it was so funny because my mom found this shirt that said the phrase that I said at the very beginning of this video. How fitting is this? Next, we went to the long sleeves. I just feel like a long sleeve is such a perfect transition piece from a Midwest summer to fall. The most interesting piece I found was this Filson gingham button-up. How crazy. They listed it for $15, which for Filson, I think is a pretty good deal. Their stuff is very, very spendy. I decided here to look through the pants. I was excited to see what brands they had. There definitely was a lot of Madewell. I saw some Good American, definitely a lot of Target as well. I thought these from Target were kind of cute. Not in my size though, unfortunately, but I love a cute little colored pant. I thought we could find some graphic tees in the men's section, but this basically sums up what we found, which is a whole lot of nothing.
It's like a three people.
That's nice. But yeah, it's just not.
It was actually kind of
It's too, if it was a different color, Yeah, no, cute finds though.
I should go over to the sweaters. I haven't went over.
I did go over to the sweaters and I just still cannot do it. And I love a sweater, you guys. So when it's sweater season, I will definitely be involved in that. But right now it is summer in my mind. At this point, I was most excited to check out the pajama section. I was really interested to see what they had. They definitely had a lot of stuff from Target. I liked this one, but it didn't have a pajama bottom. This one was also from Target and it had the matching set with it. So I thought it was worth trying on, even though I didn't love that kind of thin fabric. These yellow pants seemed to have promise, but when I felt them, they had the worst texture and almost felt like microfiber or something. And I really like this corally pajama top, but it didn't have the matching bottoms, and I just really love a matching set right now. Once I made my way through the pajamas, I felt like our cart looked pretty good. Lots of pinks and purples, so I was very excited to get trying everything on. The first piece we tried on were these pink shorts from Wild Fable. I love the idea of pink shorts, but the fit of these was just so off. I feel like the way they sewed the seams, the way it was shaped, just bunched really weird in the front, and I did not like that. It did not look flattering on me, at least. But I still love the idea of a pink short, and honestly, this color looked way better in person than it's showing up on camera. I thought these would have been so fun if they would have worked out. The next piece we tried on was also from Target. This is a Knox Rose tank. I thought this looked so similar to this pin that I pinned. I love this purple color, but it was a little big, sort of, in the armholes, and as you can see, it's pretty long, but I love the cut of this. I also just feel like it's so flowy and fun for summer. And this purple color, I mean, it looks so pretty. It's like a purpley pink. I love it. I was trying to envision it with my hair up, and I also was trying to figure out what bra I would wear with it because I couldn't really wear my covers because it's not tight enough, but it also has this neckline, so that was my biggest concern. Another purple item we tried on this Levi's dress, which now I'm realizing is probably also from Target, I think, because they kind of sell Levi's stuff. This was in an extra small, but it was pretty wide, I would say, and sometimes extra small stuff is too small on me, but this just had a lot of extra room here. I love the idea of the dress, and I love the color. I thought it was really pretty, and I actually don't even really mind find that it's short because it's so flowy. So being that the yellow dress was a size up from the purple one, I decided it probably wasn't worth trying this one on, so we passed on that. Next, we tried on this pajama set, which was a little bit of a wild card being that I don't love this fabric and the pants were capris. I was kind of conflicted when I first put this on. Very comfortable, but my biggest insecurity area is my legs, and these were pretty tight, and the fit of the legs in the capris was just interesting, the way it kind of like swooped down. The thing I did love a lot though was how this pattern and color looked on me. I felt really pretty in this actually, and it was just very comfortable, but this fabric to me just makes me feel like every single move of my body is showing, so I had to get some moral support from my mom.
What do you think of these? I'm like, okay, I think it took me a moment, like, what do you dream of? Those are interesting.
Oh, Mom, look at these pajama bottoms.
Oh
my gosh.
They don't have
$5.
mediums
No, I didn't see them. It is time for our Midwest summer thrift haul. It is actually the perfect sunny Sunday afternoon. I just got back from laying in my hammock. When I tell you I don't want summer to end, I truly mean it. My advice to you is soak in the summer. I don't know why we jump from July to October so fast. I feel like that's just so unfair. I don't like that. Enjoy the summer. It's still here. We still have a lot of time left, so I'm going to be soaking it in, and I feel like these pieces really help with that. But I will say, while I was thrifting, I couldn't not think of fall. Especially in the Midwest, we have such severe seasons. The thought of buying something that could only be used for a couple more weeks or months, I just couldn't do it. But I do think that these pieces fit that perfect sweet spot of being able to wear them through the summer and also throughout the fall and even winter too. So enough chatting, let's just jump into the haul. The first item is this beautiful Gap butter yellow button up. I am stunned by this. The main reason why this is such a big deal to me is because I have been gravitating towards yellow so much this summer. I don't even think it's really because it's a trend. I do just think that it looks really good on me, and I love it combined with other colors. I've been loving it with blue. I've been loving yellow with pink. I've been loving yellow with orange. I think that looks so pretty. This yellow button-up short sleeve, I wear almost every time I thrift. For some reason, I always want to put it on, and I almost put it on for this video too, and I was like, Molly, you literally wear this every time you thrift. This is so perfect. It's in a size medium, so it's slightly oversized, but nothing too crazy. I could crop it if I wanted, or I could just tie it up. It feels really, really nice, and is such a beautiful yellow color. I just know that this is going to transition so well into fall when it's still kind of hot out but kind of getting cooler, and I still want to wear bright colors. I don't really feel like this reads too summery. Plus it's Gap. They had this yellow button up that I tried on in the spring that I thought was super cute, but honestly I like this one better. I feel like it's a better color for me and a better texture. Like, oh, I feel like denim shorts with this with like a white tee. Oh, so good. And the price on this was $6.99, so $7 for this I think is such a good deal, and honestly this is like the perfect Midwest find in my opinion. Okay, the next find is something I'm super excited about. It's this universal thread long sleeve blouse. I don't like fancy tops that you have to worry about a ton of buttons, strings, things that are tight here, that have cuts here. Like, this is just so easy, but it looks so fancy. This also ended up being a blue tag, which blue tags were half off. It originally was $6.99, but it ended up being $3.50 from Goodwill. And this is basically like new. It really feels like it's never even been washed before. I think the most beautiful part of this is just the fabric. This floral with the orange and the blue and the green and kind of teal color looks so good, especially on me. For some reason, they just added a lot of warmth. I was worried it wouldn't look good on me, but I really think it does. This is something that I feel like looks beautiful in the summer. On a summer night, this would be so nice and cool, but I could also see this in the fall, and because it's long sleeves, you can wear it when it's chillier with a cardigan, and just the colors read summer and fall at the same time, which is a super hard balance to do. I also just think that this is a piece that the woman I want to be would wear, and I want more pieces like that. This is definitely something that I'm going to try to look for in more shirts. Very excited about this one. I think this is also a perfect Midwest thrift find. If you guys watch my Santa Fe thrifting video, you already know that this is a crazy find, and I'm so glad I said no, because that meant that I could say yes to this one. This is a brand I've never heard before. This is CG. I don't know what brand this is, but let me know if you guys have heard of this. This fits me perfectly. I also love the buttons, how it just adds like a little bit more interest, and you can button this up too if you wanted it all the way. I love this royal blue color on me, and this piece I feel like would look so cute in the summer with denim cutoffs, with the sleeves rolled up. I also think this would look really cute in the fall for a burst of color, and you could wear it with like different colored pants. I feel like that would look really cute. And in the winter time, I think with a vest, this would look so good in the winter. So this year round, I know I will wear. I definitely need a lot more long sleeves up here in the Midwest. It's just something that I need to kind of build back after living in Texas for a couple years. But this also was a blue tag as well. So it originally was $6.99. It was half off for $3.50. And this also feels like new, like it's never been worn before. I've never gotten this lucky with tags as I did at the Chippewa Falls thrift store. I always say this, but I never find the items that have the tags that are on sale, but I was picking up so many blue and purple tags. So good. Next, we went to Cherry Pickers. It didn't really quite live up to the hype for me, but I do think that this pajama set was such a steal. For both the top and bottom, it was $9, and these still have the tags on them. These are Target pajamas originally from the brand Stars Above. This is in an extra small. I debated getting this for a while. There were so many factors that made me go back and forth. The price was amazing. I love the print and the color. The fact that it's a set. I did a video where I got my first matching pajama set, and I have been loving it, you guys. I actually am wearing the pajama bottoms right now, the shorts version. I love to wear them. I feel so cute. I feel so confident. It's so nice to just have your pajamas that you're wearing, the top and bottom, that you don't have to think about. And I've really been wanting another set because now that I know that I will wear them, and I love that this isn't blue. Every pajama set is blue, and I want more color. I don't just want just blue pajamas. I feel like that's so boring. This color and print made me feel really confident. The other thing that made me not want to get them though was this fabric. I've talked about this. I don't love this like ultra thin, wavy, it's almost like, the fabric feels like this to me. I just don't always like it, but I didn't hate it on with these. I do wish though that the pants were not capris, or I think you guys said these are like pedal pusher length. They're kind of interesting, but I was surprised at how much I didn't hate it, and they were just so comfy. Like, I understand that this fabric is super soft. I just hate the fact that it like shows all of your skin moving, and it's so thin you can literally, like, I can see everything through here, and I don't like that. But like I said, it is super comfy, and I feel like for summer it's really lightweight, comfy. I feel like it's very snuggly, and for $9 for both, I mean, that's like what, $4.50. That's a really good deal for new pajamas. And honestly, I think for $9 it's a really good deal. Even if I just wear them for a year, half a year, or something like that, I think it's worth testing this fabric out, because if I like it, if I don't hate it, there definitely is more pajamas in this fabric than there is in just cotton, which is normally what I love. $9 is such a good deal. The grand total for our Midwest thrift haul came to $24. The Goodwill stuff came to $15, and the pajamas from Cherry Pickers were $9. Honestly, not a bad deal at all for all of these things. Each one has their own purpose for a Midwest summer that's eventually will turn into fall, and I feel like it just accomplishes that so well. If you made it this far, let me know how you feel about summer ending. Are you ready for fall, or are you stuck in summer? Because I am team summer forever. Also, if you made it this far, be sure to use this emoji so I know that you're a real one. And I truly, truly love getting to hang out with you guys every week. It really means a lot, and I'm just excited to go through the seasons with you. It definitely makes me feel a lot better to not be doing this alone. We have Jesus and each other, and really that's all we need, and everything is going to be okay. So if you needed to hear that today, everything is going to be okay. Okay, you guys, not even joking, I'm going to wash these ASAP so I can get from one pajamas to the other. I am living my Midwest summer dreams right now. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the laundry chat. I put up videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.